and then I'll ask you about them and see what you've learnt. So I'll just go and sort something out a second.
Okay.
So let's just do that and edit. I'll do a quick edit thing a minute. Hang on. Let's, so how is it you spelt the Nabataeans there?
Nabitteans.
Right, okay. So I told you to swap the A around or whatever, didn't I?
I had to add an E, I think.
Right, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna actually double check the spelling myself. Let's double check the spelling on that. Hang on a minute. Let's double check the spelling.
I think it might be an I instead of an A. It's Nabataeans. Naba, as in Shabba.
As in Shabba. Nabataeans.
Naba. Oh, hang on.
No, there's actually different ones.
Nabataeans.
In this version, there's no I at all.
No, there's no I. I spelt it wrong.
Oh right, you got the A. You've got the A the right way round, yeah.
Yeah, Naba, Naba, Nabataeans.
Nabataeans.
Yes.
All right, okay. I'm just gonna put this in there so we got the right spelling. Hang on. Nabataeans. Hang on a minute. And Nabataeans. Edit. Right. Okay. I'll just put the spelling in there. Right. We may as well get this right. Nabataeans. You still there?
I'm still here. I'm trying to look at Shabba. I'm trying to look at the lyrics of a song.
What the hell are the lyrics of the song got to do with the Nabataeans?
Well, it's Nabba, isn't it? As in Shabba.
Shabba, Nabba.
Shabba Ranks, Mr. Leatherman.
Mr.
Shabba Ranks.
Right, now what do you know about the Nabataeans? That's a really good chance.
Okay.
So if we get this
from that. So they're an ancient Arab people.
Nice.
Who inhabited North Arabia and the southern Levant. The capital city was Rakhmu.
Yeah.
4th BCE to 106 CE.
Yeah.
And best known for the ruins of its capital city, Petra.
Right, that was a good presentation today. What did you think about that? So actually, that's really good. The main thing is that if you think about where modern day Jordan is, that's where Petra is.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, actually, an Arabian tribe. You use the word Bedouin tribe. Is nailing it a bit more.
Right, so nomadic then, Bedouin.
Yeah, and then suddenly overnight they decided that they would start creating settlements. Now, the Nabataeans were eventually annexed by the Roman Empire. So it's between Egypt and Jerusalem.
Right.
And basically where Egypt had been part of the Roman world for 130 years, Emperor Trajan basically said, well, you know, we're going to annex you. And it was basically the Nabataeans couldn't stand up to the Romans, but they become part of the Roman world.
Yeah.
And the main thing that they offered the Roman world was painted pottery.
Oh.
And probably glass, actually. And it was described of the Nabataeans as being one of the most gifted peoples of the world. Slowly but surely, the Nabataean world was too absorbed by Rome, and trade started to go away from their cities, and things started to go away. So by the time of Islam, into the 630s, 640s, the Nabataean Empire, or the Nabataean world that had been absorbed by the Romans, had long since gone. But they were a fiercely independent people from around the 300s BC into around 106 when Rome decided to overtake the Nabataean world. Now, I've actually done this lecture before several times.
Right.
And the one thing that I said about the Nabataeans is that they lived in the center of canyons. Petra was seen as the canyon of the crescent moon.
Okay.
That's a direct quote from the Indiana Jones film. But Petra, the Rose Red City, yeah,
seen as the direct center of the crescent moon.
Yes. So basically, within the valley, people lived in temples and theatres and all the normal things, and then in the rock, in the valley, the tombs would be in the rock face, and the water was held in the rock face in massive cisterns below. So like this.
Was that there naturally, or?
No, they would cut the cisterns into the rock below, underneath the burials. So in other words, it was life in the centre, afterlife in the rock, and life below, because water's life.
Yeah.
So below this tomb in front of us is in fact a very large cisterns, and in fact the cistern can be seen on the right, just peering in.
Yes.
The Nabataean city in Jordan was so lush with trees and everything. They managed to keep an arid desert with fountains and water flowing 24/7, 365 days of the year. Their technological grasp of water was second to none.
Yeah.
So where the Arab now in Saudi Arabia builds these massive cities in the oasis,
Yeah.
and you've got green lush lawns and stuff within these cities, these people are the same people as these, but many years down the line. This is actually a dam. They had huge dams within this landscape.
Wow.
Whenever it rained, they stored every single drop of water. Running down the canyon of the crescent moon, there was a water channel on either side, and
they put us to shame, really, don't they? When you think they put us to shame. All the water
no water was wasted. Even some of their cisterns even work today.
Oh, look, that's a happy crowd, isn't it?
That's an archaeological team working at the canyon.
Oh, they look like they're having a lovely time.
They do. Interesting enough, is a really interesting thing there. How many women have you got on there? Just a thing. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 women, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 men. So it's actually an equally mixed. It's actually an equally balanced.
And a dog. There's a dog, look there.
Yeah, that's true. And all the women seem to look similar. They've all got long hair.
Or have they all got headdresses on? I'd have to have a headdress on because I'd be.
No, they've all.
Oh, yeah.
Their hairs are in bubbles behind them. Anyway, the point I made there, the reason why I made that point is that in archaeology, we've traditionally thought of archaeology in the past as being the domain of men.
Yes.
However, it's within modern day archaeology is now starting to see a more female perspective. And when you've got women working on places like Petra, they bring more of a perspective of life over death, because men talk about fighting and war.
Oh.
There's the yin and yang without the way archaeology is interpreted.
Yeah.
And that's not gobbledygook for using the male-female divide. It's the way it is, because traditionally archaeology has been interpreted by men.
Oh.
Now, this is one of the travellers who originally visited the landscape of Petra. And Petra was starting to open up in the 1850s to the Western world. But it was before that that travellers from the West were actually slowly starting to discover this wonderful landscape of the Nabataeans.
Right.
And you can imagine that.
That's a great outfit he's wearing, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Lots of the archaeologists who would be exploring the landscape between Egypt and Turkey between about the early 1800s and all the way up to the 1850s would take on the perspective that they have to be able to speak the language to be able to understand whether Nabataeans are taking you, or in all cases, and to be able to dress like them as well, to be able to deal with the harsh conditions that the landscape is.
Yeah.
So coming across a landscape that is very much rich in water once, from a very landscape, and you're coming into a city, must have been quite an amazing thing to actually think about.
Would have been incredible.
Yeah, it would have been massively incredible. And what would happen is that local explorers from the West would hire whole caravans of supplies and people to actually take them to these believed cities that they heard rumours about existed. Obviously, Westerners didn't know about these cities; they just heard about them through rumours. And obviously, this is a time before photography. This is a time of sketchbooks and pastels and all the rest of it. So as lots of people would be going towards the landscape of the Nabataeans, they would come across a Byzantine and Crusader archaeology and long since abandoned landscapes. So they're heading very much into the unknown. So what they're seeing around them as they're heading into Jordan, into the Valley of the Crescent Moon and Petra, they would be seeing all that archaeology from many generations.
Yeah.
You know, there would be little. This is a pamphlet published in 1697, A Journey from Aleppo to Jerusalem. So that idea of the Grand Tour, but lots of this new stuff was to be discovered. This is Aleppo to Jerusalem.
You'd have a lot of money, wouldn't you, to do that in those days, in 1697?
But still, lots of these places nobody knew about. They were on the tour. They were
for the sort of common man, would it, or woman? This would have been, that journey would have been an incredible journey, wouldn't it?
But even those incredible journeys just did the things that people wanted you to see.
Ah, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like what I've been telling my archaeology class on a Wednesday afternoon. I've been saying you might go to Rome and see the Colosseum, but you're not going to see the Roman flats that still stand that were constructed 1,800 years ago, because they're not on the tourist trail.
No.
It's like you go to London, right? There's about a dozen sites in London, right, that are great sets of Roman remains. But there's equally another dozen Roman sites in London that you never get to see because you don't know they're there.
Yeah.
So as these explorers are going into Jordan, they're seeing remains like this sketch that you can see in front of you.
Wow. So that's all still there now?
That's all still there now. These explorers actually recorded bridges and various things that are now collapsed. But these types of remains are still there now. We're getting slowly towards the Valley of the Crescent Moon and Petra. And look at that there. We're very close to Petra. On the right is a sketch from the 1840s And that's where it looks like today. It's gone.
Well, the bridge is gone.
Yeah.
That arch
Yeah.
was just it through time. It's crumbled.
170 odd years later, it's gone.
Why is that then?
Just, it's just been lost. It's just been lost.
That's a shame, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a shame, but unfortunately, that's. But if these Western explorers hadn't have gone there, we wouldn't know. We wouldn't really know when this fell. We wouldn't know what this looked like. We know what this looked like. It's there, and the problem is the canyon below, right? Because they have flash floods, all that masonry's been washed away.
It's a shame that, so because could have put it in somewhere like St. Fagans, couldn't we? These days, we could have kept it.
Well, obviously there's that, but obviously this is a long time ago. All the masonry's now gone.
Yeah.
Look at that.
So that was all there with the statues.
Interesting enough, you see in the water down below.
Oh yes, yes.
Now that is called the Treasury Building at Petra.
Right.
Bedouins used to shoot at the orb at the top, thinking it was full of gold.
Good God.
And you can see these loops here. People used to this is their steps to get to the top to maintain it.
Wow.
This is known as the treasury, but it wasn't never a treasure. It was actually a tomb.
Oh, okay. Tomb.
This is the most, and obviously that column's been repaired since, and the one in front.
Okay.
But the reason why it's showing water there is because this landscape does get flooded. It has flash floods. You can see the eagle there, and lots of the statues are still there. This is typical Nabataean architecture from approximately about 50 years to 100 years AD, just before the Romans.
Good God. Is that all still there today or not?
Yeah, that's all still there with an added column. They put the other column, missing column in there.
Yeah, and they've obviously done something to maintain and keep it.
That's right. Now that there, this is actually, you can see the Valley of the Crescent Moon. There in the middle is actually, that's where the houses are.
Okay.
The temples and whatever. And in the side of the rocks all the way around are actually the tombs. They're still finding them today. There is the Treasury Building marked there.
Right.
Treasury.
It was a tomb, not treasury.
It was a tomb, yeah. It's been called a treasury because it looked like a treasury.
Uh-huh.
You see? And this is actually a Nabataean coin.
Yeah, it looks like a chariot, doesn't it?
Yep, and why not? Why not? Is there obviously they had their own theatres and all sorts of things, but again, Nabataean money.
That's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is incredible. Now, the Treasury Building that you've seen, there are other buildings like it, but unfortunately, the Treasury Building you've actually seen is actually sheltered in a bit of a valley. This is out in the open, and this is really decayed.
Yeah.
It's sandstone, so it's really eroded away.
Yeah. But it's not bad for however many thousand years old it is it?
1,900. Well, it's got to be before the Romans, so 2,000 years ago, yeah. Definitely. Because unfortunately sandstone erodes quite well. When I say quite rapidly, it's been there for a while. You've lost all the hang on, just go back. You've lost all the carving above, and this is actually the next image is actually within. That is actually the colour of the rock, not decoration.
So that's sandstone.
Yes. You
So
can imagine.
what would that have been? Plastered?
No. As you see,
it's been kept as sandstone.
yeah. As they've carved this out, they see all these beautiful colours. That's the way it would have been.
Yeah.
That's beautiful enough. There would have probably been paintings and all sorts of things in there, but they've long since gone.
Yeah.
Look at the roof there.
Wow. So that was paint. Is that the colour of the sandstone?
That's the colour of the sandstone.
Yeah, that is amazing, isn't it?
That is absolutely amazing, yeah. So obviously you've got an idea that they revered these places, and the stone itself spoke to them.
Yeah.
And because it's at a slight angle, right? They've quarried this, and you've got all the different layers showing at an angle. The rock's at an angle, not the carving, may I say. So this is perfectly dressed. And look at all these wonderful tombs. More of them. There's, if it was
cut into the rock.
Yes, they are. That's that there. Now, that there is. Can you see that? And basically, that's there now, and that is as it was. But it looks a lot more cleaner and pristine.
Yeah.
And more of these. It's a really bad image, but more of these as it's sort of within contrast within the landscape.
I've been to Dalian in Turkey, and they've got similar. They've got tombs like this carved into the rocks.
Yeah, into the rock. Yes.
It's very similar to that.
And obviously, the water is stored below. The cisterns are below, and so basically, you've got life, afterlife, and the cisterns below. Actually, this is a good one because the city's on the right there in the middle. And it's dominated by this wonderful facade of tombs and cuttings and stuff.
I mean, we think we're civilized these days, but this looks like a really great civilization to live in.
Yeah, they had water, and they had palm trees, and they had grass, and they had everything.
Yeah, would have been lovely.
It was lush.
Lush.
And the thing is, they were able to do that. So you look at cities today that have got, they got problems with water, and only if you save the water.
Yeah.
These people were able to do it, and this is a building known as the monastery, and this is very similar to the treasury building.
Yeah.
There it is. This is as this is today.
So do people live nearby here today, or
they do? The Bedouins still live within the landscape.
Oh, okay. So they went back to a nomadic style life.
Yes, they did. And here we go. We'll read just a little bit of this. So it's talking about before Alexander's conquest. Obviously, these people, the Nabataeans, whatever the interaction was with the likes of Alexander the Great in the 330s, these people became independent again, and they were highly skilled water engineers and irrigated their land with extensive systems of dams, canals, and reservoirs. So these people were extremely advanced, and it's likely that they had trade with the likes of China, India, Syria, Rome, Greece, Egypt. They dealt in such goods. These were a major trading people. So they had spices, incense, gold, animals, iron, copper, sugar, medicines, ivory, perfumes, fabrics, just to name a few. So they controlled an important trade route. And look at that there. That's actually a tomb, but there's only a bit of it left.
Yeah.
But that's.
Where did they learn these skills from then? They just developed them over the years, is it?
Yeah.
To make the waterways and cisterns and things.
Yeah. You just can't come up with this overnight. They developed the skills to be able to do this.
Yeah.
They really started to understand the landscape.
Yeah.
So. I got something strange happening with my phone.
Oh, how bizarre.
Hang on a minute. I'm just going to type this in, yeah? Otherwise I'll just get another one. There we go. Brilliant. So you've probably read a little bit of that. So they kept on being highly independent. They were quite good soldiers and fighters. And the last Nabataean monarch, Rabel II, struck a deal with the Romans that as long as they did not attack during his lifetime, they would be allowed to move and take over the city after his death.
Yeah.
So he sold out his city. Well, basically, the Romans knew this guy was going to die. They just had to wait for him to die. And as soon as he died, they took over the city.
And did they do a better job of it, or they just maintained what was there?
Well, obviously, after the Romans were hot on their water and all the rest of it, but obviously the Nabataeans were so good at what they did because they were independent. So the Nabataeans were slowly siding themselves with the Romans to deal with Jewish uprisings in the area. So
okay.
So they were siding with the winning side, in other words.
Yeah.
Nabataeans profited for a while, and the city of Petra had between 20 and 30,000 people living in it, and they must have had the food and everything to sort of keep them going. Sort of like archaeological excavations have excavated and worked on cisterns and water conduits and basically the general landscape of these people. Storing water over profound drought. And this is what the landscape looks like today, but it didn't look like this back in the past. It was very rich. No. They're doing surveys there now today. So, that's looking into one of the great water cisterns. They're vastly lots of these cisterns. Yeah. Large rock cut puts in the ground, lots of them in the side of the mountains with wooden covers and all the rest of it.
So that was a living quarters, was it? Or
no, that's water.
That's all where the water goes.
Yeah, that's water. Yeah, they lived in. No, they didn't live in the rocks. They lived in the city. This is all for water and death. Right, and there you go. That says that's eroded, and down in there is a massive drop. It's a huge cistern in the ground.
Oh, wow.
It was massively important. Obviously, it was their survival. And they've undertaken lots of excavations to understand, and they've actually started to experiment to actually grow trees within this landscape, trying to reutilize some of the early water cisterns, and that is actually going down. Look at that.
Yeah.
Everything's beautifully cut.
It is.
Down into the underworld.
Gorgeous.
So I'll just show you that again. Look at that. All cut out of rock. No building blocks. Nothing.
No, it could still be used today.
Yes, it could.
So well made.
The water cisterns and water below ground, and obviously the burials above ground. Because their bodies didn't putrefy in the same way they dried out, there was no contamination of the underground water. And obviously that would have had to have gone through solid rock anyway. So they're excavating, actually there was a city wall around Petra, so that's what they're excavating here.
Oh, okay.
And this is in the middle of the city. So what you can see is all the rock cut in the distance. And the forum inside the city and lots of the walls that have actually survived.
Yeah.
This is the great temple at Petra.
So great temple to whom?
Thanks for catching me out on that one.
Oh.
I will work it out now. Shut up. Shut up. Right, hang on. Hang on, a temple. Dashura.
Oh, how'd you spell that?
Dushara. Dashura. Dashura was a sun god.
Ah, sun god.
Yeah.
What is the
And where you see the eagle, it's an association with Dashura. Do you remember that the treasury building? There was an eagle on it. That's an eagle associated with the god Dashura.
One supreme god or goddess who meets all the requirements.
Yes.
Okay.
So let's carry on. And so again, there's lots of remains. There's a lot more than just these cisterns and the burial chambers. As they're excavating, you can see the different layers. You can't not know that that's Petra because of the tombs in the distance. the archaeology is very well preserved because when the cisterns weren't maintained anymore, the city was abandoned. But what they're doing now, they're rebuilding some of the water channels, so they can actually start storing water again.
Right, that'd be great if they can manage that, won't it?
So you go to Jordan off a bus and you'll be straight into a green oasis. So obviously more of these large sort of dams and cisterns that they've been excavating. And also, one thing I would mention, they use a system of gravels and sands to purify the water.
Oh, that's a good idea, isn't it?
Yes.
Clever.
And there you go, steps. Look how they maintained them. They just had steps, rock cutting them to rock to maintain the cisterns. Obviously, having different grades of water at different levels, obviously you've got the sense of sanitation as well.
Yes. Well, that would have been important. Well, it's important today, isn't it?
This is within the central basilica, and what they're finding in Egypt is the reverse, because groundwaters are rising in Egypt. And it's actually damaging lots of the tombs and stuff. But here,
No.
actually, there was toilets near a tomb in Egypt, and they couldn't work out why the tomb kept on getting flooded.
Oh, Thomas is coming in. We might get disturbed.
It stank of urine and all sorts of things. Anyway, we're nearly at the end anyway.
Okay.
So there you go. There's one of the massive cisterns
Yes.
in front of us.
Oh, okay.
Hang on a minute again. I've just got somebody at the door a minute. Stay there.
All right.
Hello, Rosamond again.
Hello.
Apparently, one of our chickens has escaped.
Oh God, that's no good.
No, that's no good, is it? And
No.
yeah, chicken number
Chicken.
7. Chicken at number 17. Sounds like a bloody food order, doesn't it? Chicken at number 17.
Please.
Chicken and chips, right? Okay, there's one of the large cisterns, as you can clearly see.
Ah, it's like the open half baths, isn't it?
It probably is the open half bath. It probably is.
Well, you can see where they got. These things went on for centuries, didn't they? It's only in the last century, really, that we've changed our ways, isn't it?
What do you mean? Sort of. What do you mean by that?
With our drainage and I think we've learned a lot from these people.
Yeah, I think we have. The Nabataeans are I would say a really influential people. They really knew their stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's just crack on a little bit more. Where are we? Hang on a minute. I've lost my doodah. Hang on. Right, so here we go.
You can do your Russian in a minute, darling.
Das Badanya. Oh right. Again, more of our cisterns.
Give him 2 minutes. Give us 2 minutes, Thomas.
2 minutes, okay.
Can you shut the door, love? Okay.
Kastia Dastananya.
Don't encourage him.
All right. Anyway, you can see where this has been. This is an ornamental, and you can see this has been cut into the rock again. Somebody's left their pack of fags there.
Ah, that's an offering, isn't it?
Yeah, Marlborough Rothman's offering. Yeah.
Well, it's tobacco, isn't it?
But look at that.
Oh, look at that. See, that could be London, couldn't it?
Yeah.
The sewage systems of London.
Again, another one. That is absolutely amazing. That you got.
That's got to be a wonder of the world, actually, hasn't it? Or it should be.
Well, actually, the Nabataeans should be recognised for their ability.
Absolutely.
Now, what they saw that water was life and water was everything, and that's what we should be thinking. Instead of just building cities, not thinking about it, these people knew.
Yeah.
And there you go. They even on tops of the rocks, on top of the mountains, they had this storage water.
Yeah. Bit of green mines, wasn't it?
Oh, come on. Once it's filtered, they've got their filtration. Another one there, once they got the filtration systems. And there, as you go down to the Valley of the Crescent Moon, the Treasury, you've got these channels that have been cut in there. And this would have had slabs all the way along, and people could have just stopped along here and dipped their jug in or whatever and for this fresh flowing water.
Fantastic. I want to go back in time and live there.
Look at that there, the amount of water. Basically, it's formed like this because the water rushed down this canyon,
is it?
Canyon, yeah. But now they've paved it. But these water channels are still working today when there's flash floods.
Oh, amazing!
There you go. Rain was an important source of water in the ancient trading city of Petra, Jordan, which supported a population of about 20,000 people in a place where just 150 millimeters of rain fell a year. So in other words, 15 centimeters of rain, but they managed to store most of it.
Wow.
So that's the
run away.
Yeah, exactly. And the flash floods are quite treacherous, actually, but because it's off baked ground and it flows into valleys and stuff. So again, that's that. And I think that's it. And there we go at the end.
Well, that's taken me on a journey, that has.
There is Petra. There it is in Jordan.
So the three wise men,
probably one of them come from Petra.
Do you reckon?
Actually, I think one of the three wise men should have taken a bottle of water.
Actually, yeah, shouldn't he just?
Exactly. So.
Yeah, it could have been. They would definitely have been there, wouldn't they?
Oh yeah, passing definitely. And actually, they could have got all their stuff from here. Actually.
Yeah. I'll have some gold, frankincense, myrrh, please, and we've done a bit of a trade, wouldn't they?
Exactly.
Big nose.
Who you calling Big Nose? Where are you from? Big Nose City?
They would have done a bit of trade, wouldn't they?
Don't you call my husband Big Nose!
How dare you? Yeah.
One more time, your nose is going to be 5 foot whatever across your face. Nobody's going to be doing any punching around here. Let's go to stoning. On that note, is there any questions?
Well, no, just the three wise men was my questions. But yes, it was the answer to that.
There's a song there, three wise men were marching to the east and all they wanted was a bit of peace.
Ah, true. Isn't it? Well, and Tom's going to have to come in once you turn the recording off.
Oh, no, actually, no, we'll keep it. We've got to keep him on the recording. Come on.
Oh, you want him on there, do you? Okay, I'll go and give him a shout.
We've got to get him on the recording.
What?
If you leave me now.
Thomas?
You take away the greatest part of me. Ah, baby, please don't go.
The music just for you.
Oh, come on, let's have the sing. Come on, let's have it then. Go on then.
Here we go. Come on.
I'm going to be there. I'm there. Come on, go for it.
Say, comrade, I got you the music.
I thought you were going to sing.
I thought you were going to sing.
No,
You've
no.
been practicing.
I can't sing this.
I thought we were going to. Oh my God!
Come on.
Me and Rosamund
You've been going on at me for weeks about this.
I just pretended.
Jim lad!
Ending then.
That's Badania! Do you
How
know
you
what?
doing, Karl? All right?
I would have made a great pirate. I really would.
He wanted
Nah,
to
you-
speaking your Russian. Speak your Russian.
No, I think you would be killed straight away.
I would have been. I would have been brilliant. I would have been brilliant. And actually, they would have let me in Russia because I got a face visor as well.
Oh, hang on.
Where's your eye patch?
Oh, no, I didn't need it today.
Is that
Actually, that wouldn't have worked, would it? You know, it doesn't work. Ooh, Jim lad, pieces of eight. Ooh.
Who was the best long john silver ever?
Oh, hang on a minute. I've forgotten his bloody name now. Go on. Hawkins.
Hawkins.
No, who then?
Do you know?
Yeah, it was on the tip of my tongue. I've forgotten.
You hopeless Thomas.
Oh,
He's full of promises. Well, at least you've sorted your eye out.
oh, well, look into my eye.
Don't rub your eye again.
Oh well.
At least you'll be able to see again. That's the main thing.
Well, just about. Still blurred. I got more cream to put in.
So apparently, Rosamund's going to be selling all your houses.
Oh,
Well, we're doing our best, aren't we?
no, she's thinking of it.
One of them, anyhow.
I don't think the game is actually to rent anymore. It's just like no, it's not.
We're coming out of whilst there's no tenant in there, we'll get out of it.
Yeah, the thing is, right, the law is definitely on the tenant side, and there are some really bad landlords. I've lived under some, but it's just that
They're not in favour of the good ones for sure.
no, they're not. No. So
Like you say, it's all well sort of protecting the tenant, but give the landlords a fair deal as well.
yeah, and the thing is through lockdown, somebody could have got away with paying rent for a good year
Without paying it. Yeah, they could, and they have.
They could have got away with it completely, and the law, because there was no bailiffs operational, there was no courts operational.
Everything's on the side of the tenant, which is okay if that's necessary. But when you've got a good landlord,
Yeah.
no.
No, exactly. Look at that.
What's that?
I don't know.
It's a walnut.
No, it's not a bloody walnut. Flippin' heck.
Would look like one.
The reason I'm wearing this is Michelle expects me to wear it every now and again because it does something.
Well, it's great. It looks good.
That's TMI.
Oh, pieces of eight.
You promised me you were going to sing.
No, I didn't mean the word there after.
Well, you just sang a few to me. Come on, sing a word. Sing a song.
No, it's the Russian national anthem.
Oh, no, we're off again.
That's the Russian national anthem. I don't know that one.
La 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 la.
That's cut off in my prime
Cut
there.
off your prime, darling.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely kind of in prime. Oh, okay then. Well, is there anything you want to ask me, anybody?
York's still on, isn't it? And
Yes, everything. The thing is, right, in about 2 months, this fucking COVID thing will be a matter of history.
let's hope. Fingers crossed.
You know,
Yeah.
you got idiots standing for the Welsh Assembly.
Well, you are.
No, I- it's me and Karl.
Yeah.
It's you two, is it?
Yeah. Oh, and there's Angus. Angus is Angus. Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be fun. I put it this way, right? If I by any chance get elected on the bloody list, right, I can decide to choose Rosamund to be the
Big
candidate.
trouble then.
Can you imagine that? I say, Rosamund, right? I have been I have been elected, right? But I don't want to be elected, so you can be the glad candidate on the list. I can decide that.
Oh, God help us. Tom
So
Shelby,
Rosamund,
don't we?
Rosamund.
No, I'm going to run for them again in Westminster.
So,
Yeah.
anyway, it's all in a good day's work, isn't it?
Don't know what to run as, but I'm going to run.
Run as the Pope. I knew Linda St. Clair, the prostitute MP. No, she always stood in the by-elections. Linda St. Clair.
She's
She
still
was
in
a
the
prostitute. Yeah.
Well, we've all got to do something for a living, haven't we?
There's nothing wrong with being a prostitute. I should know
You
all
know,
about it.
mermaids are a symbol of an adulteress and a prostitute. But you didn't know that, did you?
No.
So I'm glad I haven't got the blinking mermaid sat outside the caravan anymore.
She's in the toilet though.
It's true.
Oh,
Yeah. I don't know where the hell I got that from. I don't know. I read it somewhere the other day.
yeah,
There we are.
the mermaid.
Yeah.
It's another thing I painted wrong.
Oh
Yeah.
my bloody
Yeah,
God!
it's all right.
You know what? Right?
You didn't want to be a painted lady, did you?
I had to chuck out that bloody.
the gnome!
I had to chuck out the gnome. Yeah, there he is. There he
He's
is.
got a good likeness, didn't he? I did the eyes, mind.
He's got a good likeness. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it say on the bottom again?
What's it say on the bottom, love?
I can't remember now what I put there.
T-N-R-E-E.
Did I sign it?
T-N-R-E-E. He put his name on it. Oh, what have you written on there?
Hang on.
I must have been and a
No.
few when I put that on there.
No, I think Rosamund put that on, not me.
I think she was pissed.
I think I must have been. Christ knows what that says. What
Yeah,
is it
exactly.
again? I don't know, Carl.
I don't know either. Christ.
No.
I got fucking tinsel everywhere now with this box. Every time you rub it, you get tinsel.
Oh, I love that box.
I love that box.
I do. It had Alexa in it for a
And one
year.
final thing.
Oh, you got the mad toad.
The
Mad frog.
he's a toad. There he is. He's a toad. He's a toad. Actually, I think he looks like a toad anyway.
Reminds me of Toad Hall. Remember
Yeah,
that?
he is. This guy, this one's just a biker, you know. It's just it's so good.
Toad Hall.
Oh, my arm's going to sleep here. I've got to move. Ouch. I'm falling apart, love. I'm getting
I've fallen apart. On that note, I'm going to dash because I got to put the oven. I got to put the oven on.
He promised me he'd learn Russian for you, Carl.
Yeah, I know he's ruined my life.
Ruined mine.
Thank you.
Michelle said
I'm not singing Russian.
Michelle said I've ruined my life as well. Her life. Most of Michelle and my secrets are actually in that book that Rosamund has been hearing.
Yes, I
For the
love
past few
story
weeks.
time on a Wednesday afternoon. It makes me very happy.
We have story time of the box of the Prince, my novel that I'm working on.
It's my mind away from everything.
Have you got very far with it?
Yeah, we have, and we got another few more pages next week.
Doing really
Oh,
great.
good.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you got to work out what happened to the crow next week, Rosamund.
Oh God.
One of Thor's minions.
Well, it's died, hasn't it?
Was that the Ravens? That's the Ravens. Yeah.
I don't know now.
You
Tired
don't
now.
know now.
I
On
just
that
learned
note,
about the Nabataeans, see?
Who?
I met the Nabataeans. look.
Nabataeans.
And the ancient city of Petra.
Yeah, the Nabataeans
yeah.
in
Do you
Petra.
know nothing?
I know Petra, yes.
I do.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
There's a program on Petra a couple of weeks ago I watched.
What's that?
Yeah.
Yeah, on the boat.
Was that the people who built it? Was it?
Yes.
The
I think I've
Nabataeans.
heard that
Yeah.
name before, but I don't remember it.
Yeah. The thing is, right, if somebody goes into a shop and they put the face mask on like this, right, you're still wearing a face mask, aren't you?
Yeah.
Not correctly. You
Oh, yeah, yeah, you
You
could
could
be
be
asked to not
asked to
have-
wear. You'll be asked to wear it correctly.
Oh, right, okay.
Like if you wear a fabric one and it doesn't cover your nose, you can be asked to wear it correctly.
I can't see most of the time with those bloody other ones, so,
Well, yes, I have the same problem.
yeah, God, happy days.
Oh.
Oh, God, I gotta put the dinner on now for the witch.
You mean your nightmare?
No, she's not a nightmare. She's just a witch.
You told me it was a flaming nightmare. That's why I called the statue a flaming nightmare.
Yeah, it is. She can be a flaming nightmare. Oh, we had an absolutely terrible row on Boxing Day. Oh God, that was bad.
Oh no. Well, it's always Christmas, isn't it? The stress and all of that.
Oh yeah, it was. Oh God, that
Christmas,
was.
families, pressure, and lockdown. Actually, that made it all better for us, didn't it, love?
Yeah, we didn't see the family.
Yeah, no. Oh God, won't go down that avenue.
We'll go there tomorrow.
Christy, Tony Christie, the avenues and alleyways. La 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 la.
Yeah, baby. I vaguely resemble that tune.
Well, but you can learn that one now for next time.
What about this one? People are singing way out of tune. Everyone's gone to the moon. Day after day, life has begun. Everyone's gone to the sun.
What about people are strange when they are strangers?
People are strange when they are strangers. People look ugly when you're around. I think that's right, when you're strange. People calling out of their names when you're strange. Oh God, I got to do this every week.
Yeah.
And also, Michelle's occasionally on the computer, and I go.
Tell you what, Thomas.
What, darling?
I'll get the bugle out.
No.
I haven't blown that for a long time. Oh, here we go. Kept safely in here it is. Oh, hang on.
Of all the bars in all of the world, you had to come to mine. A kiss is just a kiss. A smile is just a smile. Oh.
I get in some.
You've got to spit in it, apparently.
No, you just have to wet your lips.
No, you've got to spit in it.
Pardon you.
Here we go. Can you remember the film with Stanley Baker in Zulu? He says, "Spit, boy, spit."
That's just.
Come in. No, sir, there are thousands of them.
There, and on that dulcet note.
On that note, we're out of here.
And that's really good. And the final thing, T. James Hook, Victoria Cross. He actually ended up as a taxi driver in London.
Who's that, love?
The Private Hook.
His family was most distraught with that portrayal that James Booth done of him.
I thought
he was shown as a rascal and a rascal.
What? Great! I thought it was great. Sound the retreat, boys! Sound the retreat! Spit, boys! Spit!
Are you tired of this wall? It's when Stanley Burke goes to what's his name, Ivor, and says, "Don't you think the Welsh can do better than that?"
Exactly, it's good, isn't it?
I don't know. They got a lot of bass.
They got a lot of bass. They got a lot of bass.
High tenors though.
But no tenors. I don't think much of tenors.
Like the bugle's gone away now, boys.
All right, Cal. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Anyway, Tom, I'll see you soon. See you soon, Rosamond. No, and we'll see Stab on Saturday. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Hang on.
Bye.
Leave.
Leave, man. Leave, boys. Spit.
No, we can leave. It's not letting us
Spit,
leave.
boys. Spit. The Zulus are on us. Oh my God. I know this is still being recorded, but this is gone out live. And anyone watching this, it will be great. And that's it, really. So, God, I've forgotten where I bloody am now. I've forgotten where I am. Anyway, thanks for watching. And this was live. Karl James Anford, Archaeology Company. Over and out.